weekly freebie games for you.
Alright, you beautiful peoples off the interwebs, it's me, Glyn, CheapSkate Gaming. If you're watching this on Rumble, X or something else, it might be the Wokeapotamus. Either way, it's me, and we're around for another weekly freebie roundup. But before we go into that, I'll have to let you first know that next week I will not be here, okay? So, I've got to go and work away, so I'll be working for over a week. I'll be away, won't be anywhere near a computer, so won't be a show next week. So I'll be the first one I haven't done for a while. The week after we'll be straight back on it. Fortunately, most of the stuff I can include in this one anyway. So that's the yibba yabba jibba jabber out the way. Let's go and pop over to Epic Game Stores. And here we go, Epic Game Stores, and great free game this week. Well, free if you like your retro stuff, it's great. Castlevania Anniversary Collection. And we've also got Snakebird Complete. So that's pretty cool. That's a little puzzle game with Snakebird. Here we go. Let me just let it play out. Looks quite fun, actually. Bright, colourful, cheery little puzzle game where you're using the birds to get across logic-based puzzles. I do like a logic-based puzzle game. And then the other one then was Castlevania. Now this is old school 8-bit 16-bit graphics, not for everyone, I understand, but these classic games of the day and age, and probably still quite playable today, and of course they'll work on your PC, so why not give them a shot? Yeah, looking like the looks of that. Now we will look at next week's game because I won't be here. And it's going to be this game, Beholder. Now, I believe I've already got this on my Steam library. Will they add another game? I'm not sure, but we'll have a look at this one because this will be next week's game. No video to go with this. So, essentially, no, I haven't got it on my Epic Game Stores, but I know I've got it on Steam. Looks like a little bit of a puzzle. I don't think I've played it yet. You are a state-installed landlord in a totalitarian country. That sounds a bit like Britain at the minute. Place listening devices and steal and sneak into your tenants' apartments. Use what you uncover to report anyone capable of plotting against the state. You must, but will you? Sounds like this is the type of thing that the current Labour government are been playing. Anyway, politics aside, let's go back and we're going to pop along to Prime. Oh no, I've just deleted it. Hold on 2 seconds. Right, I made it right boo-boo there, didn't I? Duplicate this. No, I don't need to duplicate that. We need to go Prime Gaming. There we go. Right, Prime Gaming, sorry about that. That was all a little bit of an error there. I'm not going to edit it. I'm going to leave it in. And we're going to know what games. We've got 5 new games. I'm always a bit reluctant. I'll leave it a little bit later now because after that one a couple of weeks ago where they threw 2 games in a bit late, I kind of hold back. Anyway, so we'll start with House of Golf 2. It looks pretty cool, like a little 3D golf game. It looks quite nice graphics on this one. I was looking at this and I was thinking, is this ray traced? Especially this bit here, definitely. I've actually got this floor on one of the hallways in the house. Very similar floor. Now these games can be a bit hit or miss sometimes, these golf games. Hopefully this is a good one. Come back out of that one. Then we've got Miss Holmes, which is just one of those classic search, old style fashion games, puzzles finder, spot the difference type things. Looks okay, not really my sort of thing. Then we've got Chasm the Rift. Now, when I looked at this first, I thought, oh, this is an old school Quake game. It's actually not that old. It's from 2022. So hopefully it's quite good. If it's anything like the Proteus game, I really like that. If it's anything like that, then it should be good. Like I say, I'm going to try to speed things up this week. Blade of Darkness. Now, this is like a remaster of an old game. Now, it must have been an old PC game because I don't remember it. But it's obviously had a few updates. I do like the idea that you can chop his limbs off. That looks cool. So, yeah, classic quirky old game apparently. And then finally, rounding up this week's games from Prime, we've got the Tomb Raider Anniversary, a game which I think I played on that on Xbox 360 back in the day. Enjoyed it, completed it. It's like a remastered version of the first game, but except for there is a proper remastered of the first game out. So it's a reimagining then of the first game. And if I remember correctly, I'm sure there's a bit in it where you go and you're young Lara in it. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure there was a bit, if it was this one or the next one they made. So that is your Prime game, and let's pop along to Steam, see what free Steam games. So again, how we do it, I always show you, we get go to the search for Steam, make it free, change that to relevance, make sure you click games, not relevant, sorry, release date. Just make sure you click games, and then everything from there down is what's been released this week, previous and from today backwards then. And these are the games I've selected. So I've selected a few of these games rather than go through them all and just read a list of pointless games. This one looked cool. G Hunter or Gunter. Looks quite fun. It's a bit like Pokemon, but with a twin stick shooter where you've got to capture and cook different creatures, and then that adds like extra abilities to your guy. So yeah, look, become Gunter, cook gnome that will create dishes by cooking creatures alive. Use your various cooking mace weapons to cook your prey alive and brutally finish them off with your multi-purpose melee weapon. Save the kingdom by submitting your delicious dishes. So that was quite fun. Another one I thought we'd have a look at is this game called Dusty. Dusty is a third-person puzzle game focused on exploring beautiful environments. Join archaeologist Dusty on his search for a mysterious civilization. Explore equipped with your extensible cane. Extensible, that's an unusual word. And notebook to resolve the past, the ways of civilization and technology of light. Someone described this in the comments, but it was a bit like Mario 64 meets Indiana Jones, so that sounded pretty cool, so I thought I'd include that. Next one, Turbo Live. Now this is weird, it's not really a game. This is for any of you Twitch streamers out there. You can have this game and it's your viewer audience can interact with it. And if I read it quickly, Turbo Live is the ultimate party game for your Twitch community. Save the pedestrians or crush them through the chat. Play in co-op or versus mode, grow your audience, have fun, build connections during chaotic and unforgettable sessions. So it is a game, but it's also got little bits where it's controlled by your watchers, viewers, etc. Shape of Dreams Prologue. Now this is obviously a demo or a pre of a game coming out, but this one looked pretty good. It's a unique game that blends action roguelike with MOBA style elements. Edit your character's memories to create your own champion. Face and challenge alone or play together with friends and up to 4-player co-op. So it's a sort of 4-player co-op game rather than PvP. So that looks pretty cool. And to finish this off, I've got this one Linked. I thought this one looked quite interesting actually. It's not much of a show off here, and it doesn't even really say much. It says explore the past and future, high and low in this short platformer game. And I like the graphical style. If I make this big, I did like this graphical style, but if you look, what you do on the top screen affects the bottom screen, and I thought that could introduce some quite interesting logic puzzles. And again, it's free, and it's probably only a couple of meg to download. So I thought, 150 meg. So it'll literally take about 2 seconds to download. Probably worth a little look. Anyway, we're going to check out some of the special offers on Steam. This is on the deals, and this is what I've handpicked myself. So I saw this one. Thought it looked quite interesting. The Mean Greens Plastic Warfare. It's got quite, very positive out of 8,500, a few mixed reviews. Now, the ones that are complaining about it are saying, oh, it's pretty dead online, but there are plenty on there saying, actually, you can play with bots, and you can have a really fun time with the bots, and for 71 pence, it just looks a really good, well-made, good quality game. Enjoying that. It looked a little bit like an Unreal Engine showcase game. So that's the Mean Greens Plastic Warfare. Next up, Warhammer Vermintide 2 is going for the unbelievable price. It's in my library, so £1.18. That's a lot of game for just over £1. So I thought I'd include that. Critically acclaimed Vermintide 2 is a visually stunning and groundbreaking melee action game pushing the boundaries of first-person co-op genre. Join the fight now. So yeah, it's kind of a bit like, I suppose you could say it's like Left 4 Dead. You know, it's an expansion of those games. The new Warhammer game that's just come out with very similar base to what this style of game is. So I thought I'd include that. Also I include this one, Rising Storm 2 Vietnam, classic shooter game, mostly on PC. I can't remember this one coming out. If it came out on Xbox 360, it only ran at slow frame rates, but of course for 94p you can utilise all the frame rates you want, and it's still very positive, mostly positive, so that was good. And that was more or less for... Oh no, one more, last one, Wall World. If you haven't picked it up, don't forget this is still available on your Amazon Prime Gaming, you know, amongst the list there. And I know it wasn't on today's, but I think I'm pretty sure it's still in there. And they're selling this. If you haven't got Prime Gaming, you can pick it up here for £1.76. That's a bargain, and it's dropped price recently anyway. I love this game, really good game. So that's more or less that out of the way. I know what I've forgotten to do. Let me better add it in now. I've forgotten to put the PlayStation stuff in. Let me just quickly add that in and add the Xbox stuff as well. So I was a little bit out of... and there's nothing new being added by here to the extra. And the monthly games are the same as last week's, and they are Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Death Note Killer Within. Okay, so there's nothing really changed on PlayStation. So we'll pop over to the Xbox and see what's been added onto Game Pass. Explore more. Most recent console, and it's still Call of Duty 6 Goat Simulator. It doesn't look like they've added anything since last week, so more or less the same stuff as last week. Goat Simulator Remastered, that was in last week's. Age of Empires 2, Black Ops 6. I mean, Black Ops is the big one, that's the one everyone's playing, and I think it's going to be the same for the PC. Let me just check while we're at it. Recently added. Metal Slug's Tactics is on there for the PC as well. Black Ops, StarCraft. It's funny why it doesn't do that properly, but there we are. It's a little bit of a mess, the website for the Xbox Game Pass. Have a little look coming soon. So we have got Indiana Jones dropping very soon, Stalker 2 is dropping, and Flight Simulator. I'm surprised that hasn't dropped actually. I've seen as people have been playing Flight Simulator recently. So I'm thinking that's dropping any time now. There we go. So anyway, so look out for Flight Simulator. That is definitely dropping any time now. Anyway, that's your Xbox, that's your PlayStation. Let's go and check out, because we've got some new stuff over on Fanatical. So they have just launched this one, but I think we're going to check out the triple pack. Did we have a look at this last week? Yeah, this is new. So you can have 3 games for £1 each. And you've got Tesla Grad 2 on there, Happy Humble Burger Farm, and there's a few others as well. Blade, Punch Out, Anucard, Patch Quest. That's a pretty good deal, but I would definitely suggest checking out the one they've just dropped, which is this one, Build Your Own Plentiful Bundle. And on that we've got the classic 10 games for 50p each, 5 for 60p, so you can get 5 games for £3. And if I go down, I definitely recommend Hong Kong Massacre. Definitely recommend that game. Great game. Frog Island isn't too bad. I didn't get very far in it though. I played it for a few hours. Kingdom Wars 4, Karma City Police, that's not bad. From Space. There's plenty on here. Dreamscaper. They got a couple of, they're getting some low stock ones already. That's low stock. One More Island. I quite fancy this one. I better get back to it quick, I think. So yeah, foreclosed. Looks interesting. So again, that's one that I love, these ones where they do them for £1. If you just want one game for £1, fine. I always find the 5 games for 60p each is the sort of midway. You don't have to add stuff you don't want or too much stuff you don't want. If you want all 10 games or most of the games, then go for it. It's only going to cost you £5. So with that out the way, we're going to pop along to finally over to Humble Bundle. And there's not much to say here, report back. The best deal is gone, which was the horror deal with the Man from Medan, The Devil in Me, all those sort of horror games from Supermassive Games, the dark anthologies. They've all finished last night. I was looking at it. I bought it last hour. I bought it. There was over 50,000 of those had been sold, but I don't think there's anything really here that I can shout home about. They've added this one, I think, recently. Calypso one with the dungeons all in there, a lot of DLCs. Commandos 3, I've already got it. Sudden Strike 4, I think I've already got it. A lot of these I've already got in my Steam collection. I'm not that interested in it, to be honest. RuneScape Devourer, that's a RuneScape thing, not interested. The Sid Meier collection is great, but again, I've got most of these. I suppose it is good value if you want the DLCs, and I suppose you could give the actual game, if you've already got it, to one of your friends. And then these ones are just about to run out next day, and I did buy this one. And what I did with the Generation Zero, I just paid 77p for the game. I couldn't be bothered with all the DLCs because they didn't look like they were adding that much, to be honest. House Flipper, again, if I was going to buy it, I'd just buy the 385. I wouldn't bother paying for the rest, but I didn't buy that one. So that's more or less it, guys. So I'm going to come back out of here. Full view. Sorry, I've got a bit of a sore throat, as you can tell. Not a great week overall. Next week is looking more or less the same. We're in that sort of weird stage now. We've had the really good Halloween, and things will slow down now till about Christmas. We might get 1 or 2 bangers before then. So I'm not going to rush you, and I'm not going to blabber on too much now and make too much out of it. But what I will say there's some good deals over at Steam. Don't know when they're changing. A lot of them are open up until about 17th of November or 18th of November. Remember, I won't be here for next week's one, so the 50 of you that do tune in every week, very sorry about that. Nothing I can do. I've got to go and work away. They changed the dates, made it a little bit longer, so anyway, gives me more money to waste on games, doesn't it? So anyway, I've been Glyn. This has been CheapSkate Gaming, or the Wokeabotimus, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you. Bye now.
You know the name. They got the games that won't break the bank, so come on over and join the crew. They'll show you how to game and save money too. CheapSkate Gaming, yeah, you know the name. They got the games that won't break the bank, so come on over.